welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. We are going to be doing this week dinner recipes of the week. So I'm going to be filming as and when all of our recipes we're eating throughout the week, meal inspiration, affordable meal ideas, and yeah, just giving a little insight into what we eat when we're kind of not really planning too much. We eat a mixture of things, to be honest. We have treat meals. We very occasionally have a takeaway, but not so much at the moment. But mostly we do things on a budget because the cost of living is really rising. I'm sure we're all aware of that right now. And food prices are going up and up and up. So I'm always buying food and meal planning on a budget, but we really enjoy food in this house. So we like to eat well, enjoy our food, make delicious meals. And I've got a 1-year-old, so I do have to think on the spot sometimes. Very excited because this part of the video is actually sponsored by HelloFresh. So I've worked with HelloFresh before. I personally really like HelloFresh. If you don't know what it is, I'm sure you do by now, but if you don't know what it is, it's a meal delivery box service where you select different meals throughout the week and they deliver that food with all of the ingredients. What I like most about it is whatever meal you pick, they send you the exact ingredients you need. There's very little food wastage. Now, Lawrence and I treat HelloFresh like a treat. Instead of getting quite expensive takeaways as our treat now, we tend to go for a HelloFresh. So we do it about once a month and we order 3 different types of meals. We get to pick really nice recipes. We sometimes treat some of the recipes like a date night, so we'll pick something quite special or from their premium menu. I also love that HelloFresh caters to all different things, so it can cater to budget friendly, calorie counting if you're doing that, premium meals. As I just said, we always pick 1 premium meal a month as part of our box, and that premium meal becomes like our date night. Getting a box of HelloFresh, like the meals we pick, would come less to getting a takeaway that month, which I find very interesting because you can get a few meals for your buck. As I said, we get HelloFresh once a month. My in-laws, they are HelloFresh advocates as well, and they get it twice a month. So every 2 weeks they'll treat themselves to a box. And I really like that because you kind of get yourself out of the habit of making the same meals over and over again. I'm just doing what I can at the moment in terms of saving money. And for me, HelloFresh is definitely a really, really good substitute for our takeaways. We used to get 1 takeaway a week. And now I think about that, I think, wow, that is so much money. Like, I wouldn't be able to justify spending that money at the moment. Tonight, we're actually having one of our HelloFresh meals, which is chicken and halloumi Shirama. I have been so excited for this. This was my pick this week, and this is actually in the street food sector. I used to live in the UAE and Shirama was my thing. I think I must have had about 1 billion Shiramas. So yeah, this is chicken and halloumi Shirama with roasted garlic yogurt. Oh, that sounds so good. Salad and wedges. So I'm going to be making this for our dinner tonight. I'm very excited about it. If you want to try HelloFresh, I have got a code at the moment. It gets you 50% off of your first box and then 35% off your next 3 boxes thereafter, which is a huge discount. Obviously I'm working with them, but genuinely I'm also a customer outside of working with them because I just love the meal cards so much. Let's make dinner tonight. Lawrence is out with Oren at the moment at the park because it's nice and sunny. Do join me, follow me on Instagram if you're not already, and let's just go straight into today's video. Okay, so this recipe is HelloFresh recipe, so I'm just kind of following it to the T because I've never made this one before. But the first thing I'm doing is cutting wedges. I do this anyway when we make chips. I cut wedges, or I use my chip cutter, which is the best invention ever. I use potatoes. I did actually use an extra potato to what the recipe said because I was making some plain ones for Oren as well. So, and also you can never have too many potatoes in my opinion. So I drizzle some just normal olive oil on top and I put some of the spices on. I can't remember what this spice was called, but it was really nice. And then I'm going to roast the chicken and red onion together. I diced the chicken up and put on the Shirama seasoning on the chicken and onion. Make sure you mix it all around just so everything is coated well. And then I roasted some garlic. This is how I crush garlic. I just leave it in the skins and then I take the big knife, put it on top and smash it down with my hand. Put some olive oil in there and roast it for about 15 minutes. That's how I normally roast garlic anyway. And then cook the halloumi. I'm not sure, I actually can't remember if it told you to cook the whole block of halloumi, but I did anyway. And then once the garlic has come out of the oven and cooled down for a little bit, just easily just pop it out of the skins and mix it in with the natural yogurt and stir it around, let that settle for a while. That was actually a really good trick. I would in future use more garlic, to be honest, because the flavour was actually really subtle and I like mega garlic flavour. And then serve up. That's literally how easy it was. When the chicken's cooked, you serve it up, warm the naan breads through for a little bit, put the halloumi and chicken on top of the pittas, just a plain salad today, and pour over this dukkha mix. Dinner is ready. Oren's enjoying it. He's enjoying his first taste of halloumi. We were just saying how nicely, thank you, it all smells.
We would have something maybe like this, but we'd never have it like this.
Yeah, we would, exactly that. We would make this, but I would never have thought to do the roasted garlic yogurt with it. And also it reminds you like, oh yeah, like I like that spice mix. I love it. You want some of mummy's? Okay. Woo! That's hot, the wedges are good though. Delish, we're going to enjoy this now. Good morning, it's a new day today. Today I am just about to make some lunch mainly for Oren and like for freezer storage. So Lawrence and I are going to have some of them. I'm going to be making leftover broccoli and cheddar bites. Absolutely delicious. They're great for using like the whole broccoli with as well. And they're great for freezing and easy lunches for a baby. And so I'm just about to make them. Oren is currently asleep. I'm hoping it will continue. He's not feeling too great because last night, or yesterday afternoon, he got his 1 year jabs, should I say. There were 4 jabs. Hopefully he continues to sleep for a while because sleep helps everything, doesn't it? But yeah, I thought I'd make the broccoli and cheddar bites because they are pure comfort food. He loves broccoli, it's his favourite veg, and he absolutely loves cheese. Like if you put a pile of grated cheese in front of him, that thing is gone within seconds. So these are the ingredients you're going to need. So quite low maintenance, salt and pepper, 1 brown onion, 1 broccoli, depends how much you want to add, but I do broccoli and then any leftover stems from broccoli. So I will use this stem and this stem. They're not actually very big, but this is a great way to use stems. Cheese, so cheddar and a little bit of cream cheese that needs using up. Thought I might as well throw it in there. And some bread. And there is some bread wrapped in this tea towel, just some fresh bread, brown bread. And then my little secret ingredient that's not so secret, smoked paprika. I would add a little bit of cayenne pepper, to be honest, but we don't have any. Broccoli and cheese muffins are super duper easy. So the first thing I do is actually cut off like the hard skin on the outside of the stalks, of the broccoli stalk. And I actually put that into a little Tupperware box and keep it tight because then I can make a veggie stock from that stuff. And then boil or steam your broccoli until it's quite soft. I normally have to cook broccoli until it's quite soft anyway because Oren eats it whole, so just so it's nice and soft. And then you want to dice up a whole onion and then cry your eyes out while you're dicing that up. That onion was so strong. I actually grate some of this white onion as well, just so it's like really soft and the whole flavour of onion mixes really well with the muffins. Once you've diced your onions, you want to crack 2 eggs into a bowl. What I learned recently is if any shell goes into the egg, use the actual eggshell to pick out the little bits of shell of egg. I don't know why, but it magnetizes to it. It's absolutely great. Then you want to grab some bread. I have this homemade loaf that was going a bit stale, so I just use the inside of that. Threw that in and let the bread soak in all of the egg mixture. Once you've done that, you want to grate a massive handful of cheese. This is going to make about 12 to 15 muffins, so lots for freezing. You can freeze them after they've been cooked. And mix the onion into the mixture of bread and eggs with your smoked paprika. That is optional if you want. I actually really like that flavour. You can swap smoked paprika for lemons, but I prefer smoked paprika. Then once your broccoli is fully cooked, you want to chop it right down. I keep some little florets, are they called, to the side because Oren loves to eat broccoli as whole with a bit of olive oil drizzled on. He's such a bougie boy. And then put in your broccoli into the mixture, stir it round, make sure it's all coated. It's just a really simple recipe, to be fair. You can add salt and pepper at this stage if you want. I don't, just because the cheese is salty enough for now. I'll add salt and pepper onto mine and Lawrence's, the individual ones we're eating. Then spray your muffin tray with olive oil or whatever oil of your choice. I prefer to cook with olive oil. And then you just want to fill the muffin tin. Now, you don't need to underfill it because these aren't really going to rise in the oven when they're cooked. They're just going to be what they are. So just fill them to the top, put them in the oven for about 20 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. And there you have it, the most delicious broccoli and cheese bites. It's such a delicious flavour. I am just about to make some lunch or quick bit of food for Oren. Pizza twirls, they've just been cooling down in the fridge. These are perfect for just getting out of the fridge or freezer, warming up and giving to toddlers, babies, children. Also, Lawrence and I really enjoy them as well. They are pastry, puff pastry, pizza twirls. They've got homemade pizza sauce in there. Whatever fillings you want, basically. I've gone for sweet corn, onion, sweet corn, peppers, spinach and mozzarella. So they're perfect. So I'm just going to warm them up. The only thing I would say is if you do make this recipe, just be careful because they get really, really hot. So when serving to a baby or child, just make sure every single part of it is cooled down enough for them to bite in. So he's going to have this. So whilst I warm my pizza swirls up for Oren, not all of them obviously, I'm going to make another recipe that I saw on Instagram last night. I know I'm mainly filming dinner recipes, but it's always fun to film like these in-betweeny sweet recipes. So we need strawberries, self-raising flour, vanilla extract, bicarb soda, I think, baking powder, chocolate, cocoa powder. Well, I got chocolate chips out, but I don't think you need those. A couple of bananas, some maple syrup, coconut oil. I love coconut flavoured things, so I'm going to add that into the cake as well because why not? I'm going to make them into muffins because I don't have a mini loaf tray. However, I really wish I had a mini loaf tray. So first thing we do, darling, is we preheat the oven. Okay, so as I said, this recipe is something I found on Eating with the Kids on Instagram. So you add your self-raising flour, your eggs and your baking powder, yes, to a bowl, and crack some eggs into a separate bowl, stir them round. These are actually sugar-free, but there's an option of adding natural maple syrup just to make sure it has some sweetness in it. They are very unsugary in terms of if you're expecting a normal muffin type flavour, but that's why they're so friendly for kids because they haven't got, lots of processed sugar in. I'm a firm believer that everything in moderation, but I do like how these muffins cater very well to you if you want to cut down on sugar. Mash up some bananas. These obviously give it a bit more sweetness in the taste. I'm using coconut oil. It does state just to use a vegetable oil, but I swapped it out for coconut oil. I cannot recommend this enough. It gives it a really nice coconutty flavour, and coconut oil just works the exact same. Dice up some strawberries. These are strawberries from the freezer, so just let them thaw out for a little bit before dicing them, just so it's easier. And start filling your muffin tray. So you have to separate the batter into two, and in one of the batters you add cocoa powder and the other you don't, just so it gives it that nice marble flavour. Just looks so aesthetically pleasing. And they went into the oven for about 25 minutes. They come out and they look fantastic. Oren really enjoyed them. They were definitely very chewy. These have turned out looking so cute. Love that. They actually look aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, I'm gonna let them cool down. I'm gonna put one in the fridge now so it cools down very quickly for Mr. Hungry over here. He's looking at them. Yes, you. Yeah. Tonight's dinner, we had some chicken that needed eating, some chicken thighs on the bone with skin. And I essentially just threw these in the oven until they were fully cooked, and I put some garlic powder, some paprika, and some sriracha sauce. I also used a leftover seasoning pouch that I got in a HelloFresh order, just because what's there, you might as well use it, and it went well with chicken before, and it did actually go really well, to be fair. I do put sriracha sauce on before cooking just because it marinates really well and it cooks really well, to be fair. Spray some olive oil on and then it goes in the oven until it's fully cooked. This meat thermometer is probably the best thing we have purchased. I get really funny about cooking chicken and meat in general, to be fair, so it takes away the worry. And then once you've cooked your rice, we're having it with rice today, just stir in some peas. Those peas will cook naturally in the hot rice. I don't need to pre-cook them or anything. These are frozen peas. And then serve up with the chicken and some of the oils left over, or the juices left over, and that's it. Hey presto, we had a delicious dinner that night. The next dinner is another chicken dinner, actually. This was such an on-the-spot type of dinner. As you can see, my kitchen's a mess. We'd been out all day and I got home and we had nothing to eat. Lawrence had been out at the office. Normally, he likes to think of something to cook when we're all in a rush, but he couldn't that day. So I just grabbed some chicken that needed eating. This is skinless and boneless thighs. And I seasoned them with paprika, some fajita seasoning, pepper, olive oil and garlic. That turned out really well. I also cooked up some onion with the chicken, and when it was fully cooked, I scrabbled around trying to find something to make a sauce, and I found some coconut cream. This really was a dinner I was just throwing together. Anything I could find in my fridge, I was throwing in there just because we had stuff that needed using up and we didn't have much of anything else. It was one of those nights where you just don't know what to make for a meal. So you kind of throw everything together and hope for the best. I would have probably cooked this with like fusilli pasta, but we didn't have any, so I used tagliatelle. Threw my coconut cream after the chicken had fully cooked with all the seasoning and the onion, and it actually worked really, really well. I simmered it down so it was a much thicker sauce. I realised I had some chestnut mushrooms in the fridge that needed eating and a yellow pepper, so I cut those up and threw them in there once the sauce was simmering down, and they went nice and soft. And then I just threw in a load of peas. Honestly, I was just winging it at this point. I was just trying to throw in as many veggies as I can and make it delicious. I added so much pepper. Next time I wouldn't add that much pepper, but it was a really nice meal. I cooked the pasta till it was fully cooked. Then I put the pasta into the sauce, mixed it all around and served it up. And honestly, it was one of those dinners where you kind of don't know what to expect, but it was really delicious and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, those are some of the meals we've been eating this week. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and you come back for the next one. I'm going to be doing another 5 under £25 meals from Aldi soon, so watch out for that, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye!